live from Canada. I'm at the Calgary airport. The bike was there, so that was a bummer. And there was zero information in the system where it was. I was really afraid that it was lost. Half an hour ago, there it is. I'm super happy, also super tired, and kind of emotionally drained. It's like a thriller. Everything calls for hitting the road. This is a fundraising tour. If you haven't donated yet, feel free to think about it. The morning before the funeral of my mother-in-law, my family is gathering tonight at home, and it's hard for me to be not with them. So I don't know, I just feel it's very hard for me to say goodbye to my mother-in-law from the distance. So that's in my mind and in my heart right now. This is where I spent the night. It's a beach at Lake Quill. Super, super simple, but just seeing nature's beauty, it's just amazing. The funeral service is taking place for Risi, has already started. Family is gathering, 40 people or more are coming. Yeah, it's hard for me not to be there. And yeah, well, that is the price to pay, I guess, once you're not with your loved ones in such a difficult time. The next major town, the next minor town is Yorkton. That's 150 kilometers away. And I guess that will be my target for today, I'm afraid. So I better get going. Good morning from Yorkton. There's a lot of nothing, actually. And this is a town. Yesterday, I experienced one of those after crossing the 110-kilometer line. So there was a very positive feeling of flow. A lot of time by myself, a lot of time in my head. I'm not listening to any music or audiobooks on purpose. Just want to be with myself, just empty in my head. A very good feeling. Let's get some miles covered. Yesterday, I crossed the border after British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatoon, now in Manitoba. I'm now aiming for Winnipeg, which is another 300 kilometers away. It's the center of Canada. What's the situation at home? Caroline's eldest daughter left for a year in New Zealand. Mother buried. I'm not there. It's tough for me as well to kind of live with that of not being there. Gosh, it's terrible. I can't eat anything and I have no appetite. I will soon not be able to call off the energy that I need. So right now, not perfect mood. 5 out of 10. I have officially cycled half of Canada. I made it to the US. There's a change of plans. I will be flying home on August 23rd to attend the funeral of my mother-in-law and be by the side of my wife, Carolyn. I now need to make sure that I get to Toronto in time. Today, I will reach my 1,000 kilometer mark. I have added the 14th country with the US to the list of countries I've been cycling in. I'll be going in one shot to Chicago. That's around 1,100 kilometers. Let's see how I keep myself awake. It feels like the first part of the tour is coming to an end. That was the first 1,000 kilometers. That was the longest car drive I ever did. Then spent 2 days with Kathy. It was very good to catch up. After 2 days, I drove over to Detroit. My colleague Susanne greeted me and welcomed me. Susanne drove me over the Ambassador Bridge. We crossed the immigration control of Canada. After 45 minutes, we were in Canada. Could assemble my bike together. I had to, take off some parts to fit it in the car. And I'm always a little nervous when I'm trying to reassemble everything that it works. And it felt so good to be back on the bike. Now I'm following the shores of Lake Erie, and this is just so beautiful. I have met my first fellow cyclists yesterday, Roger, Georgina, and Nino, my first fellow cyclists that I met. I had a warning sign to beware of snakes and raccoons, and I had seen another sign during the day to beware of turtles, wild turtles. So it's really funny here. The weather here is great. I have a solid tailwind, so cycling is super easy. I'll be planning to arrive in Toronto on Monday, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Niagara Falls along the way. This is a fundraising tour. Please spread the word. Please help us. Please get people to donate. Please sign up for fundraising gala event October 12th. Yesterday was a long day in the saddle, 147 clicks. I reached my goal for today, 147 kilometers. I have set up my camp, and this was in Nanta. This is what I thought to be spaghetti with sauce. Turns out it's only sauce, but it makes a yummy tomato soup. I'm really exhausted. I had a shower. Everything is fine. Bon appetit. I'm approaching the Niagara Falls. This flat land has changed with rolling hills. One strategy is to go all in and kind of push downhill, you know, like a bullet down there, and then try to have so much momentum that it will carry you up on the other side. The second strategy is to not be able to do that and to push Rosinante upwards, and I had to do this twice. Please, again, help us to collect donations for our good cause of the Cosmikk-Foundation to help NGOs or the leadership teams of NGOs in the Ukraine to rebuild their country. Lake Erie is now turning into the Niagara River until the Niagara Falls, and I will see them obviously from the Canadian side, and I am so excited. Can't wait to see them. I've now reached Niagara Falls, and this is what it looks like. This over there is the US, and the border runs right across the river. Fucking amazing, right? I spent the morning with Jeanette. That was my warm shower house. I had a marvelous night out. I was in the Crystal Chandelier, a pub, and they had live music and fish and chips and ice cold draft beer. It was heaven on earth, and I really wanted to get here to see this. I'm almost at Toronto, and I found a very nice beach. This will be the perfect time for a swim before the tour is officially over. I did it. I just arrived in Toronto, and I now have an appointment with these guys, Gears, and they will help me to disassemble the bike, box it up, so that I can pick it up and go directly to the airport.